So, good morning. I've been sitting here kind of thinking through what I would do with $1 billion. How would I actually address this problem? Yeah, there's a little flack yesterday, a thing with the Proud Boys. I mean, this whole idea that, hey, we're working families and we're trying to take care of our families and all this and that. I get it. I get it. What I'm trying to say is that I'm using my imagination and my creativity over here, and I'm looking for private money to do something back channel where I ain't got to talk to anybody about anything in Portland, and I just move in using the capitalist system. And use that capitalist system as it's designed, using capitalism to achieve those goals. And I don't know why anybody would be against that. I mean, I don't understand why is anybody against the idea of of homeless people having shelter. I don't understand that. I mean, I wish I could. I can't. So I'm looking at the MLS listings in Portland here, and I've been kind of thinking through the problem. So there's about 200 units available currently in multifamily housing. There's about 1,300 houses on the market that are under the $1 million threshold. So, what I was thinking is to buy about 3 of these a day, have the trust, lawyers, realtors, all that shit, whatever. Buy about 3 of these a day so it doesn't really affect market conditions all that much. Give them a chance to build a margin, collect some property. So we collect that property. This property is owned by this trust. So we collect these properties, and we create a database with these properties. It's got all the criteria, all this and that. And so 3 a day. We need 10 a day, not 3. We need 10 a day. So we need to purchase 10 of these a day. No, we don't. No, we don't. Each year's got 365 days. Out of those 365 days, we have 4 years. So 4 years multiplied by 3 a day is the right number. So we purchase 3 a day. That gives us 1,000 a year. A lot of those are multifamily housing. We step it up. I get somebody to run the numbers on all this shit. We purchase, it's an amount of flow. We purchase 10 a day, we give 10 a day. The way that we give these homes is we have what I call a super phone. So my son's got some expertise in this kind of stuff. I could just tell him every one of these phones that we set up is a person's life that we're going to save. Daughter too, and I also have other anonymous contacts. So I have the technical expertise to get this done. Custom designed interface. So I take these super phones, and every day me and my kids scout between hotspots for the homeless population and soup kitchens. And I don't know, we'll plan all that out. But we have these locations, and I'll work my way into those situations and just start talking with the people. And then when I figure out who I want to give a phone to, I'm going to ask them if they'd come have a cup of coffee with me, if I could buy them a cup of coffee. And we sit down in a coffee shop. And, I could ask them, hey, So if you had your dream home, I mean, what would your dream home look like? I'm wearing Google Glasses. I'm streaming that through my 5G phone. My anonymous contact is watching all of that behind the scenes. And we can hear what this person describes. Oh yeah, I used to have a house like this, or whatever. Such a criteria, give them 4 different choices. And then I'll pull out the phone and say, hey, out of these 4 houses, which one would you like to live in the most? And they could pick and select where they want to live. And make their choice of what they want for their life in that moment. And then they give their thumbprint, and the thumbprint works off everything. The only condition is that there's no violence against children allowed. If there's any violence against children, that violence will automatically terminate them from the program, and they'll be expelled from the property, blacklisted, and not able to return. And just make that a very important part of this. Is a very important part of this gift, is that it does come with the condition that you do have to love your children. You can't abuse your children. We're not going to allow you to abuse your children. So there's going to be that a disclaimer that goes along with that. And there's going to be visibility for that every time there's an award given, because we're going to be collecting footage of every single thing that's happening. And I give up 10 of those phones a day. I go out and pick people. My son, my daughter, she'll be good in front of a camera. My son, he'll be good at taking the video and keeping the video. Get him some specialized equipment, let him use his imagination, he'll love it. Send that to our technical contact. Our technical contact will download it, whatever. And then, each one of these phones has gift cards. It's loaded with gift cards. It's got a custom interface. Allows people to make calls and use basic features, but it's a basic interface. It'll allow them to talk to us. It'll allow them to summon their support. Do you need support? You click on the phone. We'll be able to talk to them through our systems in the way that we so choose. It's all capitalist, it's all just using capitalist money, capitalist donations as a pilot program. It doesn't threaten anyone. I don't know why anybody feels threatened by it. It doesn't really threaten anyone. I just don't see how it threatens anyone. So we preload, and we can do it according to certain packages. If a person chooses a certain standard of living, we help them to maintain that standard of living. If they choose they want to live in the city in an apartment, that's what they get. And they get Subway fucking gift cards, and they get McDonald's gift cards, and they get all that. But if they want to live out in the suburbs in a nice big house, they get Ethan Lane, they get all, Neiman Marcus, they get those kind of gift cards. And we allow them to pick in that moment. We allowed them the choice in that moment to decide what they want. But they're doing it subconsciously, and they're doing it based off of visual cues. They're really making a choice in that moment that is authentic to who they are. They're telling us who they are in that moment. And we allow them to be that. Employment access. Each one of the homes is going to have a wiring similar to a ring. And we're going to be able to see all of the rooms except for the bathroom and in the bedrooms. The rest of the, and then the children's rooms and any of the houses. It's not going to work like that, but it'll be whoever is assigned to the room is going to be the only person who's able to open that room based off of the thumbprint. So to check into that room, they'll have to give a thumbprint. And then that door will auto lock and auto open for whoever's thumbprint it is. You know, provide some security there. Each of the places, when they first get there, will have a welcome package. We'll have some alcohol. We'll talk to the people and ask them what they want. You know, and then I'll have people behind the scenes working, like my kids. They can be monitoring while I'm having a conversation with someone and ask them the things that they want. And then an hour later, they could show up and make a different video with all those things being delivered to be able to set them up. Hey, I already have a staging facility selected where we can put together all of these packages. It'd be like, basic things just to get people started for that first day. Collections of food, things they might need, marijuana, alcohol, whatever the things are, tobacco, whatever the things are that they need, we'll have access to. And we get them the things that they need, like right away, before they can get there. We'll have unlimited transportation via Uber on the phone. So these super phones, they're going to be associated just singularly with a phone, fingerprint, where we'll have all that information in our databases associated with a fingerprint. The phone will be easily replaceable. All we have to do is give it a different MAC address. It'll associate with that fingerprint, and then I'll always give them a different phone. I can drive it out to them, or kids could, or whoever could, get out and give them a new phone. So it's not like their whole life depends on this phone. Their life depends on that thumbprint, and hopefully you keep your thumb. If you don't keep your thumb, we'll talk about that. We'll figure that out. You can use your big toe. Getting in and out of the front door, that might be a thing. We'll figure it out. We'll pull it down low. Some type of RF signature and a toe of the boot. No, anyways. So, the idea is to give away 10 of these super phones a day. By giving away 10 of these super phones a day, that's 3,600 people off the street every year. There's a chronic homeless population of 14,000. I want to help the people who need the help the most. People who aren't going to make it through the system. And I know and can look and tell they're not going to make it through the system. And I can tell just by their non-compliant behaviors. Ask them, hey, I don't like it when people tell me what to do. And just hear what they say. Bam, you trigger them as non-compliant one time. Those are people who need help. So we got a command center, technical expertise, people who care, who are involved, me and my family. I want Mr. Beast in on this too. He'll bring us in our channel, which will be part of our entire thing, which is going to be managed by probably my anonymous friend. And we use his subscriber base. We'll sponsor his Christmas episode where he gives away 100 houses, or his 4th of July episode where he gives 100 people their freedom. And then we'll be the sponsor, and that'll lead to our channel, and we'll get a lot of subscribers ourselves that way. That way we'll be able to spread the positivity. And if we're making video all day long, every day, man, that gives us a lot of shit to put on the platform. And if these houses are pre-wired, and part of the condition of the phone is for us to be able to record the video of the people in the houses, we get to watch their experiences. We get to watch their recovery. We get to watch their moments when they cry of happiness. We get to watch that. All of us get to see that unabridged. Helping our people. Each one of the apartment complexes can have a manager's apartment. The manager's apartment can control by MAC address all the wireless components installed in all of the units. broadcast wide enough where it just picks all of that stuff up. We have that tied into a pipeline, and that pipeline goes to our command center at our centralized location. So we're collecting data from all of these places all over, all streaming into our centralized location. This is all being done capitalist, without working any of your government systems, using the knowledge and the resources outside of your system to create something beautiful inside of your system. $10 a day for 4 years is the entire homeless population. Chronically homeless population. That houses the chronically homeless population of Portland, Oregon in an amazing way, which gives us a platform to do all of those things. It allows me an opportunity to talk to people about what I believe Antifa is, and this is how I'm going about doing it, by loving my people and finding a way to bring positivity to all of this. My shit's flashing, so it's all up now.